Hey guys, nothing clever here with Team Cyber Warfare. Tonight I want to talk to you guys about something pretty serious in the online gaming community, and that's this epidemic of swatting. Today, 25-year-old Tyler Barriss from LA was sentenced to 20 years in prison for swatting an innocent guy that ultimately led in a fatal shooting. Um, in case you guys aren't aware, swatting is basically where one gamer calls authorities in on another gamer's, if I'm not mistaken, is specifically targeted toward people on live streams. I guess that's part of the thrill, is to send in police or SWAT teams into the streamer's home or residence, and then they can then watch it on live cam, them getting their face pummeled to the ground by authorities. So this particular case, it actually led to an innocent person getting killed. Um, we'll get into a little bit of news. We'll hear from the victim's family, district attorney, U.S. attorney. But in case you guys aren't familiar with this particular case, a couple of kids were playing Call of Duty World War II. One of the guys' names was Casey Viner. He's 18 from Ohio, and he was playing with this Shane Gaskill. And according to authorities, this whole thing started over a bet that was worth $1.50, like $1.50. Evidently, Casey Viner, got pissy with Gaskill over this bet in Call of Duty World War II, and Casey Viner then asked 25-year-old Tyler Barriss to SWAT Shane Gaskill. Barriss called Wichita police from LA on December 28th to report a shooting and a kidnapping at this address that Gaskill had previously provided to either Viner or Barriss or both. Because later it says that Gaskill noticed that Barriss was following online on Twitter, and then he started talking to Barriss directly and gave him this false address or old address. I'm not exactly sure if it was a previous address for Gaskill or if it was just made up entirely, but he ended up giving it to Barriss directly and was daring him, egging him on, like, send motherfuckers here, what are you going to do, So Barriss calls Wichita police, and obviously police respond to the call. We're going to play the actual call that Barriss made, and then you'll hear a little bit of the dispatch afterwards. But police respond. Of course, it's not Gaskill's home. The residence of this false address is the Finch family, where Andrew Finch, the victim, heard, some ruckus going on outside, completely unaware of anything that was going on. At this point, I'm not even sure if he even plays video games. He opens the door to check it out, and that's when he sees, flashing lights everywhere, emergency lights everywhere, full police brigade or whatever out there. They're all facing him with weapons drawn, and he raises a hand, yells something like, I don't know, and boom, that was it. So we're gonna get into the news clips from this is from CBS News, and they talk a little bit more or give you a better idea of what this is about.
A man in Los Angeles is under arrest for a suspected prank that originated in the gaming community but turned deadly in real life in Kansas. John Blackstone with how it unfolded.
Wichita police officers believe they were responding to a hostage situation when Andrew Fitch was shot dead after he appeared to be reaching for a weapon.
They didn't knock on the door. My son opened it because he heard something. He screamed, and then they shot him.
It was all a mistake, started by this phony call to 911.
I'm just pointing the gun at them, making sure they stay in the closet. My mom and my little brother.
Okay, is there any way you can put the gun up?
No.
Police believe the call was actually made by 25-year-old Tyler Barriss, 1,300 miles away in Los Angeles. Finch's death is the first known fatality caused by a dangerous hoax called swatting. This term, swatting, the idea is get the SWAT team out, trick the SWAT team.
The people who perpetrate this are looking for a tactical response.
John Bennett heads the FBI in San Francisco.
They want to see armed officers. They want to see bomb dogs, helicopters. That's all part of the fun they see in this, and that can be very very devastating.
The swatting targets are sometimes celebrities like Rihanna and Justin Bieber, but are often online gamers. People making the false 911 calls can then watch live online what happens next.
That victim doesn't even realize that this is being done to them, and they want to record this live stream as SWAT is coming into the house.
Detective Richard Wistocki says hackers can make calls to 911 appear to be local, but can come from anywhere around the world. He's been a target himself.
Well, the guy who swatted my house lived in Finland.
Local police forces are not required to report swatting incidents to the FBI, so there are no national figures. But calling for a SWAT team unnecessarily can be expensive, dangerous, and as we've now seen in Wichita, deadly. Jeff?
John, thanks. And the question remains why anyone would ever make a phone call like this. John Blackstone in San Francisco.
Makes no sense to me. There's a little bit more from CBS, a little bit more information about swatting in case you didn't already know. But that little snippet of the 911 call that Barriss made to Wichita, we have a much longer clip, if not the whole thing. So we're gonna get right back into that.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, I'll go ahead and try to call him back.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Hello?
This is 911. What's going on? Hello?
Yeah.
This is 911. What's going on?
I recently got disconnected. I had told you guys everything that happened about the argument with my mom and dad.
Okay. What's your address? Hello?
Yeah, it's 1033 West McCormick Street.
Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
They were arguing and I shot him in the head and he's not breathing anymore.
Okay, so what's going on right now? Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, do you have any weapons on you?
Yeah, I do.
What kind of weapons do you have?
A handgun.
What kind of handgun is it?
I don't know, it's my dad's.
What color is it?
It's black.
Where exactly are you at in the house?
By the closet.
Okay, what closet?
My mom's.
Where's that at in the house?
In her room, which is where she's at, and my little brother.
You have a little brother?
Yeah. I was on the phone with you guys earlier, telling you guys about it. I got disconnected.
Okay. Well, we're going to try to get you some help. Where exactly in the house, like, is this a one-story or two-story house?
It's one story.
Is it towards the front of the house, the back of the house?
Well, like, it's like towards the back, I guess. I'm just pointing the gun at them, making sure they stay in the closet. My mom and my little brother.
Okay, is there any way you can put the gun up?
No. Are you guys sending someone over here? Because then I'm definitely not going to put it away.
Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and stay on the phone with you, okay?
That's fine. Until they get here, or?
As long as you need me to, okay?
Yeah, I'm thinking about, because I already poured gasoline all over the house. I might just set it on fire.
Okay, well, we don't need to do that, okay?
In a little bit, I might.
Why would you do that?
Do you have my address correct?
Can you verify it for me again?
It's 1033 West McCormick Street. My zip code is 67213.
Okay. So which way does your house face? Like, does your front door face north, south, east, west?
I don't know. It's just facing the street. My dad isn't breathing. It's kind of giving me anxiety, making me, like, paranoid. Hello?
I'm still here. I'm still here, okay?
Yeah, me too.
Okay, are you white, black, Asian, Hispanic? Are you there?
Yeah.
Are you white, black, Asian, Hispanic?
It was an accident, so.
Okay, that's fine. Are you there? Talk to me. Hello? Are you there? Hello?
Wow.
Have a shooting at 1033 West McCormick, 1033 West McCormick, 253, 250 option assist, property on West.
54 10 North 5 Main Road. 250.
Okay, complaints indicating, I'm sorry, I read the call, it's not correct. The complaints advising he did shoot his dad in the head and he's not breathing. He's also indicating that his mom and brother are in the house and he has them at gunpoint.
Did you have any call history with that phone number?
I'm looking now, the only thing I've got in there previously was back in August on a stroke.
72 1023 on the shooting.
4 officers, 1033. You were 10-4 that the suspect has got the gun and holding his mom and dad, or his mom and brother at gunpoint, is that correct?
78, I'm with him. We're standing off at the corner.
72 and 78, 10-4, street close.
253, we're coming in the area. Where are you guys at exactly? Walnut, McCormick.
The male indicated going to be your suspect. Says he didn't mean to shoot him, that he was arguing with his mom and it got out of hand. They hung up on us. I no longer have contact. We're unable to call back.
Wow. Wow. Like, wow. So that was the 911 call Tyler Barriss made to Wichita police. As you can see, he's quite colorful in his imagination. Shot his dad in the head. He's got his mom and his brother at gunpoint in the closet, keeping them secure, right? And man, we got that's not enough to get police here faster. Hey, I doused the house in gasoline. I'm thinking about striking a match. Like who thinks this up? So we got a couple of comments after the sentencing today. One of them is by District Attorney. He's Sedgwick County District Attorney Mark Bennett. Let's hear what Mark has to say. Probably not much. It doesn't look like much.
very much sympathetic to the Finch family. But at the end of the day, my determination on any case has to be grounded solely in what the law allows and what facts I can bring to bear to apply to that law. And in this case, as I set forth in that, 40 some odd page report, and then as I set forth in that press conference, there was not sufficient evidence to move forward with a case against the officer under the specific laws of the state of Kansas.
Outstanding. Gotta expect that though. But then we have the U.S. federal attorney, Stephen McAllister. He has a few things to say about it.
Today, as you know, Tyler Barriss was sentenced to 20 years in prison, which as best we can determine is by far the longest prison sentence in the country ever imposed for the practice of swatting. We hope that this will send a strong message about swatting, which is a juvenile and senseless practice. We'd like to put an end to it within the gaming community and in any other context. Swatting, as I've said before, is not a prank. Sending police and emergency responders out on completely false information, as this tragic case shows, is not only wasteful and senseless, but can be tragic. It's not a joke to swat other people. I also hope that today's sentencing can help bring some peace to the Finch family and to the Witchita community. Clearly, this has been a tragic event for the entire community.
Well, kind of goes without saying. All right, so we've heard from the legal side of things. Now let's see what the victim, Andrew Finch's sister, has to say about it all. They catch up with her outside the courtroom after sentencing, and she shares a few words.
I do agree that we have settled this part of my brother's death. We do have this part taken care of, but we still have a long ways to go with the city of Wichita and the Wichita Police Department to hold them accountable for their actions also.
Dominic, I have a question. I know you were in there and chose not to talk. Tell me about the emotions of this day, I guess, and it was hard for you not to be able to talk, or you wanted to talk?
I guess at this point, I just didn't have anything to say. Like I said, this part of the case is over. He said what he had to say. The government had to say what they had to say. It's heartbreaking. What he did was horrible. But, you know, he's at where he's at now. I mean, as far as saying anything in there, I don't think it would have made a difference, and that's no longer where our concentration lies.
Can you just tell us the next steps now?
I guess our next step is just to continue with the city. Our attorney, Andrew Sloth, is an amazing man. He's doing everything he can to find the laws that do, that are related to our case.
Barriss' public defender said in court that the state court charges are expected to be dropped against him following this sentencing hearing. Do you guys have any kind of thoughts on the involuntary manslaughter and other charges being dropped on the state level?
It does kind of hurt. It does. But once again, that's not the only place where the justice lies. He made a phone call. He got 20 years for it. Does he deserve it? Yes. What he did, though, I'm sure in some part in his mind he was aware of what could have happened. Was he mentally able enough to realize that it will happen? I don't know.
Well, there you have it. So Andrew Finch's life is over. I think the takeaway from the whole thing is really for you younger generation gamers. Dude, I tell you, you know, everybody's got a story. You don't know who's on the other side of the mic. This Andrew Finch, I don't know his background. I probably should. Because I am interested, and you know he looks like a fairly old, like, you know, not too old, but an older dude. And one of the pictures they showed with him, it looked like a little kid's arm, like he was playing with a little kid or holding a little kid or something. So was he a father, an uncle? He definitely was a brother and a son. So and now he's gone over $1.50 bet in Call of Duty, World War II video game. He had no idea. His life's over because a couple of pricks online, you know, can't take a knock on the chin. So, you know, you younger cats out there, man, you're out here playing this game, you're dishing it out, you're talking. You don't think people on, you know, especially you internet tough guys, you don't think that they're going to talk back? Like, come on. You get what you give. My advice would be, if you're getting to the point where you're just so mad, right, that you want to do bodily harm to yourself or others, then I would suggest either getting off the game, finding another lobby, you know, run, you know, hit the weights, you know, do a little boxing training or something, get that aggression out somewhere else. But you guys really need to stop with all the you know, hardcore shit. It's not that deep. Anyway, as this goes on, I'm pretty sure the other two guys that were involved, that Shane Gaskill and Casey Viner, I did read where Viner's changing his plea to not guilty, or I don't know. But whenever more develops on the other side of this case, I'll probably do another segment on it, just to wrap it up. But anyway, that's it from here, from Team Cyber Warfare. I'm Nothing Clever. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. Check us out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Smash the bell to stay notified of all the latest content coming out. And go ahead and leave us a comment. Tell us what you think, what you know, what you've heard, other sources, whatever. Everything that I've said today in this video will be in links in the description below. So thanks a lot. Frag on.